In this video, I'm going to show you how to change your lighting from this to this and create a killer lighting setup for your YouTube channel. Now, it doesn't matter if you're filming on your iPhone or on a professional camera. After following this tutorial, your YouTube setup will look world class. So what makes an amazing lighting setup? And what equipment do successful YouTubers use that you don't? Well, it's a 4-step process to light your videos up like this, and it's actually a lot easier than you might think. So let's break it down. So this first part is by far the most important step, but the most overlooked step when it comes to lighting your YouTube videos. You see, you could buy the most expensive, the fanciest, the best lighting equipment in the world, but if you leave your windows open when you film and you let in lots of natural light, your shot will look terrible. Why is this? Because the sun might come out, causing your image to be overexposed, or the clouds might cover up the sun and your video will be underexposed. Which is why step number 1 is to close your blinds and black out the windows so there's no natural light in your room. Perfect. So now that the window's blacked out, we can move on to step 2, which is to turn off all the lights. Now the lights are off, the most crucial part of the entire lighting setup begins. Setting up the key light. So the key light is the main light source that shines on your face, as it's doing on me right now. And if you set up your key light in the right way and position it in the right place, your videos will instantly look 80% better. But if you get this all wrong and set it up badly, then your videos are just going to look pretty terrible. So how do we set up our key light and where do we actually put it? Well, to set it up correctly, you need 2 accessories. Firstly, you need a softbox. And the softbox is basically the thing that goes on the light and diffuses the light to make it look natural. Without a softbox, the light on your face just looks way too harsh, but with a softbox, it just looks a lot more flattering. Secondly, the light needs a stand, and this just means you can adjust the position of the light and easily put it in the right place. Now, before I tell you where you should actually put the light, let me tell you what light I recommend you buy. If you want to go for the Pro option, then get the Aperture Araman 100 XS. It costs about $279, but it will do everything you need. It's the light I'm using right now, and it's absolutely perfect. If you're on more of a budget, then get the Raleno Softbox Photography Lighting Kit, and this only costs $50. It's not as good, but it will still make a really nice, clean image. You need to place the light at a 45-degree angle away from you and slightly above you. So I'm here in the middle, my camera is over there, and then my key light is just there and it's set slightly above me at a 45-degree angle. Nice, so we've set up the key light and this looks pretty good already, but there's one problem with it, which is currently this setup is really cinematic with deep shadows on this side of my face. And whilst this is often used in your favorite films for a dramatic effect, we're not trying to create a film look, we're trying to create a friendly YouTuber look so your subscribers feel like they're hanging out with their best friend and not some like scary vampire or something like that. Therefore, to take your lighting setup to the next level, we need to brighten up this side of the face, which takes us on to step 3, adding in the filler light. Take a second light and simply shine it on the other side of your face. This light is placed on the opposite side of the key light, but critically it needs to be dimmer than your key light. My camera's there, my key light is set there at a 45-degree angle, and then the fill light is over here on the other side. Now I'm using the Elgato key light, but I'll leave a link in the description to this light and other lights that are cheaper if you want to get this set up for less than $200. So I'm just going to turn the filler light on right now, and you can see how it brightens up this side of my face. Now, very importantly, this light is slightly dimmer than my key light, and that way I still keep some shadows on this side of my face, but they're just not as dark and dramatic as they were before. Now, this right now is a nice lighting setup, but we don't want a nice lighting setup. We want a killer lighting setup that's going to put you ahead of 99% of other YouTubers. And to get there, you need to do just one more thing. Take a look at this Mr. Beast interview. Can you see how there's a light along the edge of his face here? This is called a rim light, and it separates the subject from the background, adding in depth to the shot. And this is the secret sauce that's going to take your lighting setup from average to incredible. So I'm sitting here and I'm going to turn the rim light on right now, and you can see there's a light that's going along the back of my head, and the rim light should be placed off camera behind you and above you. So I've just bolted this Elgato key light here to the wall, and it shines down on me and it lights up the back of my head. You could also just have this on a stand and it will do exactly the same thing so long as it's out of frame, above you and behind you. So we've added a key light, a filler light, and a rim light to make this setup here. And this means we're able to move on to the final and most fun step, which is adding in decorative lighting. And this is where it gets interesting because this is your chance to customize the overall look and feel of your image. Now, YouTubers like Ali Abdaal often opt for things like soft lighting, like lamps or LED strips in the background of their videos, whilst other YouTubers like Peter McKinnon often opt for stronger decorative lights to create a more moody effect. For me, I like these stronger lights personally. I just think they look really cool. And I've got these two Araman tube lights behind me. And I love these things because I think they just create a really nice mood and feel to the kind of shot that I'm making for this video. And I can also change their color as well to anything I want just using an app on my phone. So it makes the whole shooting process so fun and so easy. So this is what I do, but what should you do? Well, this is where you actually need to have fun and get creative. Take some lights, preferably the dimmer the better, and just put them in the back of your shot. Warmer colors create a cozy and more inviting look, whilst cooler colors create a modern and more sleek look. But the biggest hack of all is actually buying the lights from the same companies. That is why all of my lights are from two companies, which is Elgato and Aperture. And this is because they all just connect to one app called Sidious Link, and it means I can control the brightness and the color of all my lights from one single app, meaning my workflow is just super fast. But there's actually one thing missing. You see, lighting only makes up 25% of the entire viewing experience, whilst audio, which is the microphone and your background music and the sound effects, that makes up 50% of your entire viewing experience. And therefore, everything I've just said won't mean anything if you don't have great sounding videos. So watch this video here and I'll explain how to master audio on YouTube and how you can set up all of that correctly as well. I'll see you there.